asking for. So we're talking about six principles, my friend, six principles or practices to becoming a better leader. The first one we talked about is inspire a shared vision. The second one is communicate effectively. And number three, my friend, is enable others to act. Enable others to act. So another tip, my friend, for you as a leader, as a manager, is allow others to act. The best leaders, my friend, don't do things alone. There's no lone rangers when it comes down to leadership. You have to be able to delegate tasks, distribute responsibilities downward and throughout the company. You cannot do it by yourself. So we have to, as leaders, as managers, you have to give others the support that they need. Give them the resources and information they need to make decisions and solve problems independently. The employees shouldn't have to continue to come to you every day. They shouldn't have to rely on you every day. But you as a manager, you as a leader, you should know what your teammates need. You should know what the employees need in order to be effective. Because those are things that, you work on those things first. You equip them first. You can't expect them to go out and do their job if you didn't give them the tools that they need in order for them to be effective. So we want to first make sure that they have the resources, make sure that they have the tools that they need so they can make decisions and solve problems independently. And that's how they build their confidence. Give them the authority to be able to do what they need to do. Let them know, what, I trust you. I trust you. I gave you the tools. I gave you the authority. You make that decision because I believe and I trust that you will make the right decision. And if in fact, you have an employee, that doesn't make the right decision, once again, my friend, is a teaching moment. It's a teaching moment. Don't forget to create that environment, where people can grow. That environment where people can, they can make mistakes because that's part of their growth. So we're talking about enabling others to act, enabling others to act. So what are some of the steps that will enable others to act? One, get to know the strengths and interests of individual team members. Delegate accordingly. As a leader, as a manager, you should know your team. You should know your team. You should know the strengths. You should know the interests of individual team members. Sometimes, when I played football, when you would go and try out for the team, and sometimes you will have players or individuals that would try out for a team and they will try out for a certain position because that's something that they felt that they wanted to do for whatever reasons. And as they begin to practice, and the more practice and practice, and sometimes something strange happens. You may have, a wide receiver. He tried out to become a wide receiver, and then before you know it, he ended up playing quarterback. The coach seen him throw the ball and say, hold up. I think you might be trying out for the wrong position. And then realize that he's really not a wide receiver. He's really a quarterback. So that's why it's important, for you to really know your team members. Because even though you may have hired someone for one thing, and they may be good at that, but there's a possibility that they may be better at doing something different. So it's important for you to get to know the strength and the interests of your individual. Once again, you may have someone that may be doing something where they can do, but they may not really have a strong interest in it. They may have a stronger interest in doing something else, which would allow them to be more effective in doing that. So it's important for you to listen to your team and listen to your employees. Listen to them. Look at their strength. Listen to that passion and the things that they're interested in. And it may very well take your company to a whole nother level a lot faster. The next thing is place others in roles with greater authority, with greater power and autonomy. Give them new responsibilities that complement their skill sets. So place others in roles with greater authority, power, and autonomy. Get people in roles, where they can exert their leadership. Get them in roles where they can, practice, how to be effective communicators. Give them the authority, give them the power that they need. And once again, give them new responsibilities that complement their skill set. New responsibilities, not the same thing over and over and over again. Because that's why you have a lot of employees, they burning out. They burning out because everything that they do at work is redundant. Everything they do is repetition over and over and over again, and there's no mental growth. There's no growth. They're not growing. They stagnated. They getting bored on the job. Remember that question? When am I becoming? What am I becoming here? I mean, every day, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 40, 50 hours a week. What am I becoming here? Am I doing the same thing over and over again? Am I giving new tasks? Am I giving new responsibilities, that complement, my skills, that would allow me to continue to grow as an individual, as a professional, on the job. The next thing is coach or mentor upcoming leaders. Coach and mentor. And we're going to be doing a video separate on coaching and mentoring, because there is a difference, my friend, between coaching and mentoring. Coaching and mentoring, they are not the same thing. So we will be doing a separate video on that. And I ask that you would, continue to stay tuned and locked in, because as a manager, as a leader, we want to come alongside and coach the next leader, mentor, the next leader. The next thing is promote collaboration, information sharing, and cooperative goals. Collaboration, creating an environment, where your team can work together. Creating a type of environment where, information is being shared, and information, my friend, is not being hoarded. Don't withhold information from somebody in the organization that can use that information and benefit from that information. Because if you keeping it from them, really you keeping it from the organization. If you trying to keep an individual in a company from being successful, ultimately, my friend, you're sabotaging your own success, because you're also part of that organization. So we as leaders, we should want everyone on the team, to be great at what they do. We should want everyone on the team to be effective, at what they do. Because the more effective they are, and the better qualified they are at what they do, then it's going to make what I do that much more easy. And it's also going to put me in an environment where I can grow and where I can learn from other people. Because I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And if you are the sharpest knife in the drawer, my friend, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you might need to put yourself in another room, because you never want to be in a room where you're the smartest one. Always surround yourself around people where you can learn from and where you can grow from as well. So we promoting collaboration, and we sharing information. We're not hoarding anything. We're not withholding anything from anybody. The next thing, my friend, is support the ideas of others and give them permission to act. We're talking about, that authority. You're going to have, people that's going to come to you at the job, on the workplace, on the work site. They're going to have ideas. Support their ideas. Get behind their idea. Give them the resources that they need. Give them the green light. Give them the go ahead. Give them the permission, to be able to act on some of their ideas. The ideas that's going to make what they do better, that's going to make them more effective. The idea that's going to move the needle towards the goal of the organization. The idea, that's going to get the organization and company a championship at the end of the year. Yes. Get behind that. Support those ideas and give them permission, my friend, to be able to act on it. The next thing is give others a level of control and ownership over how they approach their work. Yes. You can't expect, employees to do things the way that you do it. But you have to give them a level of control, of ownership, especially, if they have proven themselves to be effective. Don't expect them to wear your armor. Don't expect them, to do things the way that you have been taught how to do it. If the way that they do it and the way they have been taught is different, but it's still effective, give them that control. Give them that ownership over their work. Give them the freedom that they need, to be innovative, the freedom that they need in order for them, my friend, to excel and grow at what they're doing. Once again, overall, it's about the big picture. It's about the big picture. And when you give someone, a level of control and ownership of how they approach their work, it puts them in a position to level up. And it eliminates the excuses, because now they don't feel the restraint of having to do things one way, but they have the freedom, they have the liberty, they have the power, the authority that they need